How Gordon Ramsay brought kitchen nightmares to America. What is this? I think I'm gonna get in trouble with Train if I watch this. Ludia's name with the 10 months. Welcome back.
Did you know?
No.
Kitchen Nightmares first started in 2004 on Britain's Channel 4 TV station, where it was known as Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. However, the show's roots go back even further. It was actually a remake of an earlier 6-part miniseries titled If You Can't Stand the Heat that aired in 1999.
Then
Created
admit
by
defeat.
Optimum Television, the show featured Michelin star-winning chef turned consultant Pat McDonald as he visited failing restaurants and gave them advice in hopes of turning their luck around.
What you?
The show was a flop and
Chat,
was
what do you call it? You
quietly
gotta bless.
forgotten until one of Optimum's
Achoo!
producers, Pat Llewellyn, decided to give the idea another shot.
The chair is nice
While the
so far.
concept
It's
was
not
updated
right
for
adjusted.
the second attempt, the biggest change was McDonald being replaced by Ramsay. Ramsay was a rising star in the restaurant
Dude, now that I recently saw Whiplash, the movie Whiplash, Chef Ramsay is to food what that guy in Whiplash is to jazz.
scene, and had previously
Any
starred in
tours?
his own successful miniseries called Boiling Point. Ramsay's new show underwent a series
Boyle
of name
Fletcher,
changes
yeah.
during development, including Ramsay's Restaurant Rescue and Cutting the Mustard. It wasn't until filming at the very first restaurant that the show found its title. Ramsay recalled, "I came out of the very first restaurant we visited. This is a f***ing nightmare," I said to Pat Llewellyn, no doubt with genuine terror in my eyes.
Not quite my
That's
tempo.
it, she said. We'll call the show Kitchen Nightmares. The name stuck, and the show went on to be a runaway hit. In spite of this,
I think Ramsay would throw a giant pot at a chef. Doesn't he throw shit all the time? I guess the chair is maybe a bit over the top, but it is also fiction, right? Oh yeah, he throws food all the time. I guess he doesn't throw stuff against other chefs, does he? He throws food stuff. Food.
Ramsay's
What I think of Whiplash, I thought it was great.
Kitchen Nightmares proved to be a difficult show to produce. Though the show is usually just
human.
45 to 50 minutes long, the crew would record 70 to 80 hours of footage for each episode. Filming proved to be so stressful that Ramsay and company would barely sleep during their stay at each restaurant, which could last up to 10 days. While the
There
studio
you
was
go.
concerned about Ramsay's profuse cursing during production, his
It's the,
wild outbursts at incompetent cooks became one of the show's most popular aspects. It's also been said that the
The Elite
American
Mash,
version
I
of this
think.
show intentionally played this up. According to a production assistant during a Reddit AMA, you never see him get mad off camera, but that's because he doesn't have a reason to. He only gets mad when he has a
Stop summoning Cthulhu in my channel, Cheeseburger Stick. Hold on, I want to re-listen to this part.
camera, but that's AMA intentionally played this up. According to a production assistant during a Reddit AMA, you never see him get mad off camera, but that's because he doesn't have a reason to. He only gets mad when he has a reason to. Otherwise, he's a very funny and nice dude.
Yeah, but he is, I've definitely heard that he's also, like, if you're in a regular kitchen and you mess up, he's still gonna yell at you. Basically, like, on the cameras, right? But yeah, in his free time or whatever, if he's shooting some soccer... Wait, no, that's not... He would say football, bruv.
You can even see that in all of his UK shows. The US versions like to selectively edit to play up drama. TV critics also noticed the difference between the US version of Kitchen Nightmares. In the Los Angeles Times,
Football.
reviewer Robert Lloyd commented, "Whereas the British Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares is fundamentally a food show, the Fox edition emphasizes mishap, argument, and emotional breakdown almost to the
I know, a
exclusion of
secret lab
cuisine."
chair? Isn't
Reviewer
that
Maureen
racing chairs?
Ryan said, "Leave it to Fox to take something the Brits did pretty well
Yeah.
and muck it up." This edition of the show appears to be more interested in playing up the family dramas at the restaurants.
I don't
Ramsay
believe in
visits.
racing chairs,
Ramsay's
man. I
mentioned
think,
that the episodes where the
you're paying for
restaurateurs
looks.
were talented but just needed a push in the right direction were his favorites. He even urged his friends, family, and the production crew to support each restaurant they visited well after they wrap up filming. The Daily Mail found that 47 of the 77 restaurants featured on the show had closed up by 2014. Half of which were shuttered less than a year after their episode aired. Other businesses, such as Sushi Co., closed before their episode even hit TV screens. Meanwhile, the restaurant Lela's was forced to close before filming was completed. More restaurants have shut down since, and only 15 remain in business as of 2018. John Chapman, once owner of Chappie's in Nashville, Tennessee, went a step further.
It's actually
Chapman
comfy, I'm
claimed
sure
that
it is.
Ramsay ruined his restaurant
So is the
after
beanbag.
the chef completely replaced his
I just talked about this.
Cajun-inspired menus with more standard cheeseburger and fried chicken fare. Chapman lamented, "My customers hated it. People would get up and walk out as soon as they saw it. They loved the gumbos and fish, shrimp, and oysters. They weren't coming in for hamburgers, that's for sure." After his customers revolted,
Nice music.
Chapman attempted to bring the old menu back, but the restaurant closed a month after its episode aired. Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares and its American counterpart have
You
often
tosser! You bellend!
been accused of being faked, a claim which Ramsay has vehemently denied. People think stuff is set up. No way. The production staff doesn't even give me any background before I get there, so my reactions
You will
are all
never
completely
fake it.
genuine. I never meet the restaurateurs in advance, nor do I get to read their menus. If I did, half the time I probably wouldn't bother showing up. Ramsay's even gone to court defending the show's legitimacy. London-based newspaper The Evening Standard published an article accusing Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares of planting a phony chef at a restaurant and fabricating culinary disasters.
I'm pretty sure they've admitted at least, dude, nice wig. What is it? In like Hell's Kitchen, they definitely get shittier chefs. Like they get some chefs that they know are never gonna win, just for content, homie. They also edit the fuck out of that show, but
The case ultimately reached the High Court, where the Evening Standard was ordered to apologize and pay €75,000 in libel damages, as well as roughly €25,000 in legal fees for the piece. Following the ruling, Ramsay stated, "I won't let people write anything they want about me. Even I have limits, and on this occasion, the line was crossed." Meanwhile, Buddy and Brian Mazzio, former owners of Finn McCool's, claimed the chef who dropped a piece of chicken on the floor before putting it into the fryer wasn't actually one of their employees, and was instead hired by the producers to serve at the restaurant during filming.
Sure.
Martin Hyde, the former general manager of Dylan's Lounge, was furious with his portrayal in the show. So much so that he attempted to place an injunction on the episode to stop it from being aired. When the
I still haven't seen that Amy's Baking Company episode or whatever.
injunction
The one that everyone
failed,
talks about.
Hyde sued Kitchen Nightmares' production company for €500,000,
Oh
close
my.
to $1 million at the time. The suit was for deceitful editing practices that
Wanna watch
allegedly misrepresented Hyde to set him up as a
Amy's-
fall guy for the show. For example, Hyde claims he was told by the crew to lie down to rest, only to be unwittingly filmed and portrayed as sleeping on the job in the final episode. Hyde told the Daily Mail, "Being ridiculed by Gordon Ramsay on TV has wrecked my life. Gordon completely assassinated my character. My reputation is in tatters, and nobody wants to employ me. I'd love people to be able to see the unedited footage. Gordon called me a fake, but the whole show was a fake. Nevertheless, the lawsuit was ultimately thrown out of court."
Judge
This wasn't
Judy.
the only time Kitchen Nightmares was sued either.
The owner I've
The
seen on TV.
Oceana Grill's appearance on the show in 2011 came back to haunt them when clips of their episode were posted on Kitchen Nightmares' official Facebook page 7 years later. The videos gathered 2.7 million views, leading to the restaurant's parent company to file suit against Ramsay and Kitchen Nightmares' production company. Attorney Daniel Davalier stated, "The problem we have is the fact that it's so misleading. People think it's something current, when in fact it's very old. Unlike many of its peers that have
A quiche. This is what Yabe wanted to make. Too much cheese, I think.
closed since being featured on the show, the Oceana Grill still stands today and touts TripAdvisor's 2018 Traveler's Choice Award with over 12,000 reviews and a 4.5-star average rating. Some of the restaurant owners who have appeared on the show have called Kitchen Nightmares' drama into question. For instance, Leslie Bozzini, once co-owner of Bozzini's, found her relationship with her husband under fire by the show's
Can you
producers,
ban me? No.
who asked her questions like, "If this fails now, how can you stay with your husband?" Bozzini told the New Jersey Record, "I thought they would come in and expose our real flaws and help us with that. I didn't think they were going to be manufactured flaws. Although allegations against the show generally targeted Ramsay, it seems the man has little to do with what goes on during the crew's stay." Bozzini also said they barely saw Ramsay, explaining, "You have no interaction with Ramsay at all. He comes with a very big machine of assistants and helpers. The only time that I ever spent any time with him was
before
on..."
it closed down.
Really?
The one time I ate there, the one crazy guy served me and friend. He was super over the top nice. I had no idea he was a crazy person, lol.
Well, I haven't actually watched the episode yet, so I still don't know. I just know that everyone talked about it back in the day, but I never bothered watching it.
On camera. Despite the accusations, some events in the show are entirely true. For example, the infamous episode of Kitchen Nightmares at Amy's Baking Company,
Oh, that's the one.
which holds the dubious honor of being the first time Ramsay ever walked out on a restaurant,
Spoiler.
was real. Food blogger Greg Taylor, who dined at the restaurant during filming, wrote, "We did witness the couple sending back a salad, which made the owner insane. This behavior that you see or will see on the show is 100% true to form and not doctored for TV." In 2009, there was a one-off special of Kitchen Nightmares UK called Great British Nightmare. This two-part special sparked controversy due to its excessive use of foul language and a 2-minute period where Ramsay said the F-word 30 times in under 2 minutes.
Wow.
This led to Ofcom, the UK's government-approved media regulator, getting involved. The regulator took issue with both the frequency of the show's swearing and the time it was aired. Great British Nightmare aired at 9 p.m., which is normal for one of Ramsay's shows. This meant that although Ramsay's audience expected the occasional heated exchange at 9 p.m., they weren't used to almost back-to-back cursing.
Fudge you fudging frick.
Ofcom issued a statement that included, "It was clear that the frequency and nature of the most offensive language in the earlier parts of this program, and at the time it was broadcast, deviated seriously and significantly from previous editions." They added that they'd never ruled against one of Gordon's shows for breaching foul language broadcasting code in the
Why are they smoking asparagus?
past, but Great British Nightmare breached Ofcom's stipulation that offensive content must be justified by context. In hindsight, Ramsay seemed to agree. About a year later, UK outlet The Guardian asked Ramsay about the excessive cursing. Ramsay told them, "When you saw those two Kitchen Nightmares condensed into one, last year when they had all those fucks, I wasn't proud of that. There's come a time at the age of 43 I'm getting a bit tired of the foul-mouthed bully chef." After 7 successful seasons, the US Kitchen Nightmares came to an end in 2014, but the show wasn't canceled. In fact, Kitchen Nightmares brought in an average of 2.68 million viewers per episode in its final season. Instead, it was Ramsay himself who decided to end the show. In an interview with the New York Daily News, Ramsay admitted he was tired of getting flack for the number of stores that closed after appearing on his show.
Well, why do they keep signing up then?
Since many of the closings were due to businesses going back to their old habits after he left. Ramsay stated, "I got fed up with Kitchen Nightmares because I was getting shit. So I woke up one morning and I thought, f it, I'm done."
Wanna be on TV?
Although Ramsay has started more
They think they're gonna get good exposure and then he shits on them?
since then, fans continue to beg for more
Train
Kitchen
wanted squatting
Nightmares.
removed.
Did you also know that Gordon Ramsay once staged a crime to save his career? Or that KFC designed computer systems to mix its trademark blend of spices to avoid workers leaking the recipe? For more facts, check out our videos on
That's crazy,
Gordon
man.
Ramsay.